In today's video, how low can your calories go and what should your macros look like when you're trying to lose weight but keep muscle and enjoy the process? Hey guys, what's going on? This is Parvella from ProPhysique.com. In today's video, I got another great question from the Instagram. So if you'd like to go here on the screen, send me your Instagram questions, direct message. And this young lady's question is about how to get a little bit leaner, how to lose some weight. She gave me some calories and I'm gonna help her with some macros and we're gonna discuss it. And if you like this type of information from a coach who's an expert at getting people the physique of their dreams, well, hit subscribe. It's what I love to do here. So for today's video, guys, I'm gonna read the question and then we're gonna discuss it. I'm a girl who is 5'2" and around 115 pounds at 25% body fat. I'm trying to recomp to go below 20%, perhaps get to 18%. I lift 2 to 3 times a week, play tennis, alternate that with runs, been doing short hit sessions, been doing vinyasa yoga, and I've tried going below 1200 calories, but currently at this level of activity, I've realized that's too low, makes me lightheaded and energy lacking. And I've noticed more difficult to keep lean mass intact or gain when losing pounds at this rate. What do you think would be an adequate calorie amount in this context? And which macro breakdown? All right guys, so hopefully you enjoyed my little rock cutout that I have in my office. He keeps me company when it's lonely at work. But today's question is a great one because it basically covers a lot of things. Like, this person is a very active individual, wants to lose a little bit of body weight, body fat, and doesn't know exactly how to go about it. And this is where I think I do my best work. You know, with beginners, it's a pretty straightforward process. You just change some habits and you get things moving. This person I would consider intermediate to advanced, right? You have very specific goals, wanting to get your body fat down. And I'm gonna give you some very specific numbers. I'm gonna give you macros here. So the first thing you told me was that you're about 115 pounds. So at 1200 calories and 115 pounds, I would set your protein to around 120 grams a day. Now, is that how much protein you need to build muscle? No, it's actually a little bit less, but I find that having protein a little bit higher than is required, it just helps with satiety. So if we got 120 grams of protein, we can do some quick math and we know that's 480 calories, okay? Now the next number we wanna focus on is our fats. We wanna get at least 25% of our daily calories from fat. And I also have some thresholds I don't like to go below. So at 1200 calories, 25% of that is around, well, it's only 25%. So it's only 33 grams of fat that is gonna give us that number. 33 grams of fat is about my basement. I do not like to go below 35 grams. Now you're a smaller person, so you gotta remember that fat is what starts our entire cascade of hormones. And I see a lot of women that take their fats very low using these crash diet approaches. They have issues with not only their hormones, that's an obvious one, but hair and nails as well being brittle. And so I don't like to do that. And I don't like to have that approach, but I'll explain where we're gonna get that calorie deficit from if we're not taking it from all these calories, because at 1200 calories, you said, hey, that's my basement. The next thing we wanna make sure we do is get our carbohydrates. We have, 420 calories remaining from carbohydrates. Well, that's about 105 carbs a day. So you're at 120 protein, 105 carb, and around 33 grams of fat. And those are nice numbers for a small person, okay? Especially that's active like you are. But I would also include a once a week refeed day where I would potentially just bump up your carbs from say 105 to 180, 190, somewhere in that range, and see how you respond to that, keeping protein and fats roughly the same, just to give yourself a little bit of bump to glycogen. Now, to get fat loss moving, what I would do is I would start to be a little bit more specific with what you're doing. You could wear a fitness tracker and find out how many calories you're burning doing things like yoga, because I don't know what vinyasa yoga is. Maybe your tennis. I've seen people play tennis and they're lazy as crap. They hit the ball, they walk across, they hit the ball, they walk across. I've also seen people play tennis and it looks like they're running sprints back and forth nonstop. So, just going to play a sport doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna burn a lot of calories, but let's assume you're burning a decent amount of calories, you're getting in the gym a couple times a week. My easy solution for you, and you guys are probably sick of getting bashed over the head with this, it's the only thing that I do for fat loss when it comes to cardio that's really intentional for fat loss, and that's this thing right here. I know, it's a treadmill. So the reason I'm so adamant about walking is because People underestimate its value when it comes to fat loss. Walking, although not something most of us consider cardiovascular exercise, burns a lot of calories. Look at your life. Look at when you were in the best shape of your life. Most of us were walking everywhere. Everyone knows about the freshman 15. Well, what happens when you go from high school to college? Well, most of us go from walking around campus all day, walking to the bus stop, to living on a campus where we then drive to class. You simply took walking out of your life, and probably drink a few more beers because you're a good college student, and you put on some body fat. But if you examine our lives as a whole, most of us don't walk as much as we did when we were younger. I noticed this trend when I would visit theme parks or go on vacation to Vegas. I would eat like a pig, drink whatever I wanted, come home and I'd be 3 pounds down. Now before you scoff at that, yes, you know, I'm in nature, I'm pretty sedentary, okay? I go to the gym and lift weights, but that doesn't burn many calories. I know we like to think that we burn so many calories in the gym. You don't. You burn far more calories just doing non-exercise activity. And if you're a very sedentary person, which a lot of us are, a lot of us just drive from place to place, walking can really change that. It's also very easy to perform. For me, I get up at 5:30 in the morning. I don't have anything to eat, anything to drink. I literally don't even turn my brain on. I put my shoes on and I just start walking. And when it's all said and done, well, I've walked for a bit, I've burned some calories, now I'm ready to start my day and I don't have to think about it. You can also go for a walk at home. If it's cold weather, go for a walk in your stairs up and down your hallway. Just get more movement, okay? Tennis, that can be hard on the joints. Walking, not so much. And if walking is intense enough for you, well, for myself, what do? I bump up the incline and bump up the speed. Break a nice sweat. So instead of restricting and focusing solely on restricting calories, which I know is a very common thing, people say, well, you don't have to do cardio to get lean because all you really need to do is restrict your calories. I call bullshit on that, and here's why. Because you can't just eat nothing and lose fat. Your body will get over that quickly. Your brain will get over that quickly. The psychology of low-calorie diets, you suffer. However, if you move more, you can eat more and still lose weight. I'm a big proponent of that, and I'm gonna stick to it. So for you, my friend, I gave you some macros. I gave you an idea for a refeed. I would do that maybe once per week. But I would just focus on stepping up your walking game or any type of steady state cardio. You can spin on a bike, you can go on an elliptical, whatever you enjoy, a rower that you can do that has ease of access and it can just be incorporated into your life. That's how we succeed. Don't make your weight loss goals hard to stick to, okay? Build in things that have a very easy entry. Walking, we've all got time for walking. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for me today. I'll talk to you tomorrow.